You are staring at a completely empty calendar for next week, wondering how it is physically possible to work 60 hours and still not have a single new sales call booked. If you are exhausted from treating your marketing like an unpaid second job you secretly hate, just to get absolute silence in return, keep watching, because your business does not have 12 massive problems. It almost certainly has one specific bottleneck, and we're going to identify it right now. Hi, I'm Vicky Sidler, and I build failure-proof marketing systems for a living. And here is the really good news buried inside all of your bad news. You almost certainly do not have 12 problems. Your brain is just generating a dozen imaginary problems to keep itself busy. Exactly like a hypochondriac Googling a mild headache and suddenly convincing themselves that they have a rare tropical brain parasite. Research on small business failure repeatedly narrows the cause down to a very short list. A total lack of market need, confusing positioning, or terrible planning. Not everything is ruined forever. When founders try to fix everything at exactly the same time, they usually just create highly expensive chaos with extra steps. The actual work is separating 3 specific suspects and running a brutal test on each one of them. So the first suspect is the one almost every founder blames first, and they are usually wrong about it. And suspect number 1 is your website. Studies show that humans form a first impression of a website in about 50 milliseconds. And that impression decides whether they stay or run away before the page even finishes loading. So here is the 5-second test. Show your homepage to a total stranger for 5 seconds, then take it away and ask them what your business does and who it is for. If they blink at you like you just asked them to solve a complex math problem, you have a massive presence problem. And your immediate instinct will be to fix it by adding 20 more paragraphs of fancy corporate jargon. Don't do that. The companies that actually win do the exact opposite. So take Stripe, for example. Stripe won against giant jargon-heavy banks because their website was almost insultingly simple. Here is what we do, here is who it's for, and here is how you start. At my agency, Strategic Marketing Tribe, we had a client with a beautiful accounting website. Gorgeous fonts, lovely photos, and a touching story about their grandfather's ledger book. But absolutely 0 words explaining who they actually helped. The minute we changed the top of the page to clearly say tax services for e-commerce founders, inquiries exploded within 2 weeks. The test is not asking if your website is pretty, it is asking if a human can actually decode it before they get distracted. But your website isn't always the bad guy, because sometimes the problem is something much more uncomfortable to look at. And if you are already wincing at that test, I built something for you. Pause this video and take my failure-proof marketing test. It will instantly tell you exactly where your online presence is leaking leads. You can grab the link in the description below or go to strategicmarketingtribe.com/test. Now, suspect 2 is your offer. A weak offer feels deeply personal in a way a broken website doesn't, which is exactly why founders aggressively avoid looking at it. Now, here is the 1-sentence test. Explain your offer to a stranger. If it requires 3 long sentences, a custom diagram, and a small apology, your offer is the bottleneck. Data shows that nobody actually wants this is the single most common reason businesses fail. And that's ahead of running out of money and ahead of the competition. Now, look at Quibi. They had $2 billion, massive celebrity endorsements, and a flawless marketing strategy. But they were trying to sell videos you could only watch on a phone right when everyone was locked inside their houses with giant TVs. And they died in 6 months because absolutely no amount of clever advertising can force humans to buy an offer they fundamentally do not want. We had a consulting client who kept trying to pitch a massive, terrifying, complete business transformation retainer. Prospects would smile, say it sounded amazing, and then completely ghost him. We didn't change his marketing channels. We just chopped that giant buffet down into a fast, highly specific 90-day cash flow audit. And he immediately started signing contracts. Not because we used some secret AI-generated copy, but because his offer finally matched how buyers actually wanted to buy. And then there is the third suspect, the one that gets ignored entirely because it is invisible until a deal quietly dies. So suspect 3 is your flow. If you wait longer than 5 minutes to reply to a lead, your chances of converting them drop by over 400%. That is insane. So here is the flow test. Trace exactly what happens the second someone fills out your contact form. Do they get a clear next step instantly, or does the trail go completely cold? Amazon's one-click ordering button wasn't just a fun website trick. It was the total, ruthless removal of every single hurdle between I want this and I bought this. Now, if that kind of no-nonsense diagnostic thinking is what you want for your business, then hit subscribe. I share exactly how to build my failure-proof marketing system, and absolutely none of it involves posting 3 times a day and just hoping for the best. Now, I know exactly what the internet gurus have conditioned you to think. But Vicky, I'm a founder. I'm way too busy delivering client work to check my inbox all day. Listen to me. If your system is just they fill out a form and then absolutely nothing happens for 4 days, you do not have a website problem or an offer problem. You have a giant hole in your floor and all of your hard-earned money is falling straight through it. Now that all 3 suspects are on the table, there is one major shift in how you read the results, and that is to diagnose first and fix second. So run those 3 tests, the presence, offer, and flow, and pay close attention to exactly where you hesitate or nervously say, well, actually. That hesitation is a pure diagnosis, not a personal failure. Wherever you do not hesitate is perfectly fine, so leave it alone. The urge to fix everything at the same time is exactly like carefully reorganizing your bookshelf while the pipe under the kitchen sink is actively flooding your entire house. You get very tidy shelves, sure, but also a completely ruined floor. You must diagnose first and fix second. So the 3-question test is fast, it's free, and it works perfectly because it forces you to be specific. The dread of feeling like everything is broken is almost always way bigger than the one thing that is actually broken. Now you are probably wondering what to actually fix first once you've spotted the bottleneck. So click the video on the screen and I'll show you exactly why the order matters. Thanks for watching and I'll see you there.